Ciao friends, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, hello, my name is Sophie and I am an American who has been living in Rome, Italy for the last almost 3 years now. And I get asked by a lot of you guys, what are the best dishes to eat in what parts of Italy and what should you order? And I get a lot of vegetarians asking me, what's the best dish to try that's vegetarian friendly in Rome or Venice. So I thought, why not make a video geared towards anybody who likes food, but predominantly for vegetarians, because I'm going to be giving you top vegetarian friendly dishes to order depending on the region of Italy where you are. So just to give you a really quick brief fact is that Italy has 20 different regions. Now I have personally not been to all 20 regions, so I'm only going to be sharing the dishes from the regions that I personally have visited. And if you have any other dishes that you do recommend from the regions that I have not mentioned, then please share with us down below in the comments. So before I start talking food with you guys, I did want to thank the sponsors for today's video, Italki. Whether you are going to become an expat like myself, or whether you are just traveling to a country that does not speak your native language, I'm sure you're going to want to know at least the basics for that language. So an app that I personally found useful into learning a new language, whether it's just a hobby or whether it's perfecting the languages that I already do speak, is Italki. Italki is great because you can get one-on-one lessons from native language teachers and join a community of like-minded people who are also interested in learning languages. There are over 5,000 teachers, and really any language that you can think of, Italki has probably got it. Now the great thing about Italki is you can choose what you learn. You're not just going to be sitting face to face with a native teacher and learning something that either you aren't interested in or that you already know. You can, for example, say, today I'm really interested in learning how to order from a restaurant. The teacher will specifically gear that lesson to learning the vocabulary and phrases to ordering in a restaurant. You only have to pay per lesson, so there's no monthly, yearly fees, which I think is really great. You can take the lessons anywhere, anytime. They're offering you $10 off of your first lesson. So whether you're coming to Italy for a vacation, or you're going, I don't know, to Japan to be an English teacher, whatever your reason may be, you can get $10 off of your first lesson with Italki. I'm going to put the link down in the description box. All of these regions that I am going to be talking about, there's tons of other regional specific dishes, but I do have to say a lot of them are meat specific, and I personally don't eat meat. I'll eat fish every now and then, but you can always find some regional specific dishes that are vegetarian friendly. Okay, so I have to admit there is a little pet peeve of mine, and that pet peeve is when I find tourists ordering food from a different region in the region that they're in. So just here's an example. I was in Venice about 1.5 years ago, and you know, Venice is the north. It's in the region of Veneto, and the north isn't known for pizza. Now, you can get pizza anywhere you are in Italy. I mean, when you first think of Italy, what are the top 2 foods that come to mind? Pizza and pasta, right? So it's not against the law. You're not breaking any law if you order a pizza in any city in Italy, if you're ordering a pizza in Venice. But leave the pizza to the southerners. Sorry. I'm just trying to help you also seem a little more local, because locals probably won't be ordering a margherita pizza in Venice. You're going to Venice, you're going to Veneto or around that area. What should you order, and what is going to be a vegetarian friendly? So Veneto is actually really known for their polenta, which is like kind of a cornmeal type. You can eat it almost like I guess grits, similar to grits if you're an American. So you can eat it almost like that, or you can eat it fried, so it's kind of like a harder block. They're also known for their risotto all'amarone, which is risotto made with their famous Amarone red wine. Now moving to Trentino Alto Adige. This is where the Dolomites are, the Italian Alps. Beautiful, beautiful area. But you are very, very close to the German-Austrian border. And so the likeliness of finding a pizza in Bolzano, for example, is just very slim. I went to Trentino Alto Adige and found the cuisine to be super Germanic, Austrian influenced, so tons of meat. But I will say that one of the specific dishes that I really liked, that I found that they do have a vegetarian option, are these round bread balls called canederli. So traditionally they are filled with speck, which is like a type of ham or bacon, but you can find like spinach and cheese or carrots in. They're basically just like these fried bread balls, but they're really good. Next, Liguria. So I'm sure you've seen on Instagram, Facebook, on social media, all the famous pictures of Cinque Terre. So Cinque Terre is in the Liguria area. So if you're going to do the Cinque Terre hike, or just going by boat for the day, or going to another city in Liguria, be sure to get the trofie al pesto. Now pesto, you guys, I'm sure you have all heard of pesto. That's where it was originated. Pesto Genovese is originated in the Liguria area. So, and the trofie is like this special type of pasta that you should eat with pesto when you're in Liguria. And it's vegetarian, but it's not vegan. So another Genovese dish, which is in the region of Liguria, is this pasta with green beans and potatoes. And Liguria is also known for their focaccia bread. So definitely be sure to try a piece of the focaccia from Liguria. Next, Lombardia, or Lombardy, I guess in English. I don't really know how to say it in English. Lombardy. One of their traditional regional dishes that is vegetarian friendly is going to be the saffron risotto. So I don't know if you've been to Spain and have tried paella, but paella is also made with saffron, which gives it that yellow color. And next, if you do ever find yourself in Piedmont or Piemonte, which they are known for their wines as well, you have to try the bagna cauda. Literally means like hot bath or hot dip. It dates back all the way from the 16th century. It is served almost kind of like in a fondue type of pot, and I personally think it almost looks like French onion soup, but it's like a very thick stew. All right, next you find yourself in the beautiful city of Bologna, you know, B-O-L-O-G-N-A, Bologna, and that is in the region Emilia Romagna. Now, Bologna or Emilia Romagna is super famous for their ragu bolognese, you know, but that is meat. So they are also really famous for their tortellini, which is kind of like a broth with these tortellinis filled with meat. So what can us vegetarians eat in Bologna or Emilia Romagna? You can find quite frequently the tortelloni, which is like tortellini but they're bigger, and I got mine filled with ricotta cheese and spinach. Or you can also try the ones, if you find them on the menu, get them, they're delicious. Ricotta with zucca or with pumpkin. So that's, I guess, more of a fall type dish, but it's really good. And you can also find the tigelle in Emilia Romagna, which is, they're like these little type of little bread rolls, I guess. You can cut them open and then people put like cold cuts and cheese. I've had them with just like cheese and some veggies, salad inside of them. They're pretty small. Piadina, the Emilia Romagna region, is super famous too, but they're typically filled with like mortadella or like bologna, actual ham and cheese. So I personally have never tried them. I'm pretty sure you can find them with veggies as well. Now, Toscana, Tuscany. You find yourself on a wine tour in a villa sipping wine, and you go to a local restaurant in Toscana or in Tuscany. The main city in Tuscany is Florence or Firenze, but Tuscany and Florence are super known for the Florentine steak, so these big old steaks, or cinghiale, which is like wild boar. That's like their main authentic regional dishes, but if you are vegetarian, I have some really good news for you, because one of my favorite Italian dishes comes from this region, and it's called la ribollita, which is, it's a soup, a veggie soup with legumes and cavolo nero, like kale, and it's really good. And also one of my other favorite pasta dishes, which Emilio, my husband, and I have a video up on my channel where we actually make this type of pasta, so I'll link it up here somewhere, and it's called pici all'aglione. So pici is like this handmade, homemade pasta that originates from the Tuscan region, and all'aglione, so it's like this tomato sauce with an insane amount of garlic, and I'm a garlic queen. Vampires, beware. If you love tomato sauce, this is definitely a little bit different than your normal tomato sauce, pasta with tomato sauce. So if you're in Tuscany and you see pici all'aglione on the menu, get it. I promise you won't be disappointed. And something really good that you can find pretty frequently, especially on the appetizer section of the menus in Tuscany, is going to be bruschetta with cannellini beans on top. And then you go down south a little bit and you find yourself in Umbria. It's right between Tuscany and Rome, or Tuscany and Lazio. So tartufo nero, or black truffles, are really known in Umbria. Really good with pasta, so like pasta tartufo nero. Really good, very, very rich though. So if you've never had truffle before, maybe ask to try it. And they're also known for their funghi, or their mushrooms. So any dish with mushrooms that you find in Umbria will be. Another regional dish of Umbria is the torta al testo, which looks almost kind of like a quesadilla. It looks similar to the piadina. It's like a flatbread. There we go. It's like a flatbread sandwich. All right, next we're going even farther south into Lazio. Now Rome that's the region Rome belongs to. And Rome, I hate to say it, but it's filled with meat like almost any other Italian city. All of the regional dishes are filled with bacon, pancetta. Yeah, a lot of them have meat in them. But it's the city I live in, so what do I typically order when I go out to a local restaurant here in Rome? Well, first of all, you can find grilled vegetables at any restaurant. Just ask what their seasonal grilled vegetables are and they'll fix you up a plate. That's pretty much anywhere in Italy. But the famous pasta dish that is Roman is cacio e pepe. So it's pecorino romano cheese mixed with pepper, and it's a very, very rich sauce. It's delicious, so you have to like cheese. And carciofi alla romana is also very popular here. It is an artichoke. Lazio is known for their artichokes, so anytime you see artichokes or carciofi on the menu here in Rome, get it. Next, we are going to Campania. So Campania is where Naples is. It's where the Amalfi Coast is. So I'm sure if you've never been to Italy, you've seen pictures of Naples or Positano. The Amalfi Coast is very well known, even if you haven't been to Italy. The number one thing I say to eat when you go to Campania is the pizza. So the pizza is very different than the Roman pizza. So, oh yeah, in Rome I do recommend pizza. It's very, very, very thin crust. You can always get it, vegetarian option. But the Neapolitan pizza is much different. It has the crusts that are super, super thick and like squishy almost, I guess. And it kind of goes in and gets thinner as more to the middle you go. And oh my gosh, I personally prefer the Neapolitan pizza to the Roman pizza. Sorry Lazio, sorry Rome. And my personal favorite when going to Campania is to get the marinara, which is no cheese, and it's filled with oregano and olive oil, garlic. It's so good. But you can also get the pizza margherita, which is famous as well. And one of my other favorite dishes to get when I'm in Campania is the gnocchi alla sorrentina. So Sorrentina means from Sorrento, and Sorrento is one of the main bigger cities in the Amalfi Coast, and it's really good. It's just gnocchi, potato gnocchi, which are like these potato type pasta dumpling things, I guess, and with tomato sauce and mozzarella melted on top. I'm getting so hungry. And now we are going to go a little bit to the east of Italy, the southeast of Italy, to Basilicata. So Basilicata, it's like the main city of Basilicata is Matera, very close to Puglia, and they're known for the caves, the people who lived in the caves. And one of their little specialty dishes is pepperoni cruschi, which are like these red peppers that have been like dried and fried, I think, and I don't know how to explain them, but I have had them before, and they are very crispy and crunchy and really good. They're a little, they're different. There's nothing that we have similar in the States that I can compare it to, but very interesting and vegetarian. Also the pane di Matera, or the bread of Matera, is very famous. And also la crappietta, which is like another stew. It's like a lentil bean stew, and you have to eat it with the bread from Matera. We can't forget about Puglia, which is going to be on the Adriatic side of Italy. Famous vegetarian Pugliese dish is going to be orecchiette alle cime di rapa, which are like those little pastas that look like ears. I mean, orecchiette really does mean like little ears. So they look like ears, little ear pasta, and it's the dish made with rape or like rapini or broccoli rabe type. So getting a lot of those green vegetables in. And also one of my personal favorites that we actually make here a lot at home during the winter time is going to be the puree, the fava puree, so la purée di fave, and you top it off with cicoria or like red pepper. Fave are like these beans, the fava beans, and you cook them and you puree them, and it's so good. It's really delicious. So if you find yourself in Puglia, you have to get the fava puree. And next, one of my personal favorite regions is Calabria. So Calabria is like the farthest south of Italy you can go. It goes all the way from like the tippy toe of the boot. I've spent some summers in Calabria, and if anyone can tell you vegetarian options in Calabria, it's me, because Emilia's family is from there and they do eat a lot of meat in Calabria, but you are pretty much on the coast, so they also have a lot of fish, which I do eat as well when I'm in Calabria. But even if you don't eat fish, you will find some things in Calabria that you can eat, and oh, they're so delicious. I feel like anywhere like that you go, like, isn't food in the States, like, don't you find food in the South just more like soul food? That's kind of, I guess, how Calabria is, like soul food, but Italian soul food. We're not talking like mac and cheese and grits here. One of the known things to get in Calabria is a side dish, and it's called pepperoni e patate. So you have sometimes red and green peppers with potatoes. Potatoes from Silla, which is one of the national parks in Calabria. I don't know what the Calabrians put in their food. They sprinkle some little Italian magic, but... And porcini mushrooms are really known in Silla as well. And polpette di melanzane. They're eggplant meatballs. They're so good. They're fried, and they're probably not that good for you because they're fried, but like when everyone else is getting bracciole, which is like the Calabrian meatball, then you don't have to worry, because you will stuff your face with eggplant meatballs, I will assure you. I can't forget the cipolla rossa, or like the red onion of Tropea, which is in Calabria. They're famous for this red onion, and you could smell this red onion from miles away, and it's really good. Any dish that you get with the red onion from Tropea, it just does something to the dish, spices it up, and it makes it really good. And last on the tour, we're going to Sicily. So Sicily is an island that is almost connected to Calabria, but it's an island, and you do need a ferry to get to there. It is separated by the Strait of Messina. And you guys, I thought that I had the best food of my life in Calabria. Well, that was before I went to Sicily. And Sicily, I mean, they really know how to do it right. So one of the most famous vegetarian friendly dishes that you will see all around Sicily is called pasta alla norma, which is like a tomato sauce based pasta with eggplant and salted ricotta cheese on top. La caponata, which is like an eggplant veggie dish in tomato sauce. So good, nice, healthy options. And then also they're known for their pistachio pesto, or pesto di pistacchio, which is good too, that you will find. And the cherry on top of the sundae is the granita with the brioche. So granita is like a type of slushy, I guess, but it's nothing about it is artificial. My personal favorite is the almond one, and they make it with real almonds and almond milk. You can get fruit granita. It's so good, it's so refreshing, especially in Sicily. Could have probably given you a dessert or a sweet in all of these regions, but I don't feel as strongly about any of them as I do about the granita. So if you find yourself in Sicily, vegetarian or not, get a granita. So the tour is finished, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little food tour through Italy, and if you have been to any of those regions or you have tried any of the dishes that I personally recommend, let me know what you thought, if you like them, and if there are any other vegetarian dishes that I was missing in any of the regions, share it with us, please, guys. Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out italki and get $10 off of your first lesson. And if this is your first time and you would like to see more content from me, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for being here, and have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. I'm gonna go and make myself a plate of pasta. Ciao!